So this wasn't the movie we originally were planning on watching today.
No.
It originally was going to be Elvis, and then it was going to be
Thor.
Thor.
Love and Thunder.
And then neither of those kind of fell through. And then it's like, let's watch Minions.
It's short. It's quick.
And it's fun.
Why not? So I just want to get this out of the way. Did you notice there were times when the sound quality was like dipping here and there? Maybe it's just me and my hearing, but like during some action scenes, you could hear more of the sound effects and the audio and the music more than the dialogue speaking.
You know what? Yeah, like in the beginning of the movie, it sounded like the sound effects were louder and it was hard to hear what they were saying, but it wasn't like too bad.
No, it wasn't like Doctor Strange 2.
Oh my god.
Where it was throughout the whole thing. It was coming in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure if that was just me or something else.
Yeah, it didn't do that for the entire movie.
No.
It was like in the beginning, I would say. But then again, I kind of felt like the commercial stuff was really loud, like before.
I did notice that, because there was a Wendy's ad they played.
Oh my god! It was like so loud, and like we were having a conversation, and we kind of like both froze because our
Get
ears.
this salad! What?
There was another commercial. I forgot what it was, but it was louder than the Wendy's one. And
Was
my
it the one
ears,
about the electrical car?
Yeah, my ears were like, oh my god.
If that's the case, bring back the THX logo. Maybe that'll definitely get the audience stiff.
The Simpsons. I remember they did a. They showed a logo and did someone's head explode.
And you know what? That joke was part of an episode.
Oh my god.
One of my favorites, Burns Air. And only because of a deleted scene it didn't put back in.
It was great.
So because of because of the popularity of that gag, they turned into a THX theater trailer. But yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way, make sure I wasn't going nuts or anything.
No, you
But
weren't.
regardless of that, this is another one to definitely check out.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. Like, you don't even really need to see the other movies. It was just one of those fun...
I'll get to that in just a moment, because they do make like little hints and references to the previous films, and that it wasn't too much to the point where it was annoying.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like, do we really need to have an answer to this? Do we really need to have an answer to that? And I'll get into some of that later on. But no, this was a fun flick.
Yeah.
I'm glad we chose this one.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The acting was great. The Minions were hilariously adorable. Gru was great. The villains were interesting.
They were very, very creative.
Yeah.
I mean, props for being set in the 70s. It definitely has a whole sandbox to play with the time period. And I like how they do that with this group of League of Supervillains called the Villainous Six.
Yeah.
I like how there's there's one called Jean-Claude, which is just a French guy with a lobster claw. There's
The Nun.
The
Nunchuck.
Nunchuck. That was my favorite one.
Oh god, like that.
I love that. Just because of a couple of simple gags. There's one where she gets back into like her giant ship just by praying, and she levitates in the air. I lost it so much. I was trying to hold in my laughter so bad. It is such a simple image.
And like Gru's mom is like, I hope you're gonna pay for my roof, and that was Julie Andrews. She was great.
Oh, she was in the original films.
I wouldn't have even known that was her.
It was. She actually played the mother in the first movie.
Nice.
So they had to bring her in because it's all connected. There's a lot of creativity plugging in. It's such a simplistic storyline. I know you saw the first Minions movie, but not the first Despicable Me.
Yeah, I saw the second Despicable Me with my sister. I don't know. Did we see the third one? There was a third one, right?
Sadly, yes.
I don't know if I saw the third one, but we saw the second Despicable Me, and then we saw the first Minions. That was like the same with like Ice Age, like...
Oh, you never saw the first Ice Age?
No, I did.
Okay.
But I saw the second one. No, I think I did see the first one. And my sister watched the second one and then ended up watching the first one because she wasn't really interested in Ice Age before that, but then she really enjoyed the second one.
Yeah.
And then that's another movie series that just kept going and going and going. But...
Bad news, they're really making a fourth one of this.
Well, this I wouldn't mind though because this was fun.
As long as you didn't see the third one with his twin Drew, I think it'll be safe.
Oh, I heard about that one. I don't think we saw that one.
I don't like that one. I really don't. There were so many good. It felt like an idea for like 6 or 7 different sitcom episodes just stitched together. It's so.
Now,
It's
was
a
his twin
weird one.
like his actual twin,
Yeah.
or well, why wasn't his twin in this movie though?
Because continuity. Because he's supposed to be like the long lost removed twin.
Oh,
he's not supposed to know
okay,
about it
so-
until like later. Oh god, I can't stand the third one. First one is actually pretty solid. I think it's a very well-made, funny, dark film. There's a scene where like he's showing the kids around, and one of them gets trapped in an Iron Maiden, and he's like, "Well, at least I can work the plan with only 2." Like little gags like that are just great.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about these movies. There's like this Charles Addams style kind of humor that just gets me in a very easy kind of way. Same can be said about this one. The fact this movie ends with a minion ball bearers sent to them doing a rendition of "You Can't Always Get What You Want" by the Rolling Stones.
But they're saying it in Minion speech, so. Oh my god! And
The image alone is so beautifully funny.
then like the coffin is full of bananas.
That was so beautiful. I even like the stuff with Alan Arkin as the one villain, White Knuckles. And
Yeah.
I liked his stuff, and you kind of do get a sense of his character arc. The fact he created this whole group and he's ousted out. I was hoping for like some kind of a twist where it's sort of revealed why they kick him out, but it's really just your
Well,
simple,
they
run-of-the-mill fun flick.
They just wanted to portray him because they,
Because of course they needed like what's the word I'm looking for? The wizardly like character that has like a bad experience and like he's trying to rebound, so you
Yeah.
have the kid coming in and stuff. I'm intrigued. I don't think there's many reviews that have pinpointed that. It's mostly just about the minions and the fact it's a prequel to the whole Despicable Me askew universe kind of thing.
yeah,
I kind of like that dynamic. I
yeah.
like how that does play for a loop. The fact that he kidnaps him and he puts him on this giant record player that plays more 24/7. It's
Yeah.
like a gag, like something out of The Simpsons.
Yeah,
If the
then he
disco
ends up
music will
bonding
kill
with
you
him.
this well.
Yeah, and then he ends up bonding with him, which was cute.
I do like that. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
For an 85-minute movie, if you're just looking for like something quick, fun, and on the fly, definitely check this out. The only things I gotta knock it down for, and it's just minor stuff. Minor stuff. I had a fun time watching this movie, don't get me wrong. I wish there was like a little more character depth in certain spots, but that's just me. I'm not gonna like say, bad movie, bad. No. It's fine. It's serviceable. If you're looking for like a quick gag-a-minute style comedy, this is something I would easily be okay recommending. It's not a hands-down classic, but I would say if you're just looking for a quick sit, I wouldn't mind saying, yeah, check this out. There are some funny gags in here. The stuff on the airplane, the stuff for learning Kung Fu, it goes from one set piece to the next, and it's so loosely connected, but you just love the effort they put into this.
Yeah.
They're just so simplistic characters. Now, if you're annoyed by the Minions and you don't like the franchise,
Then you shouldn't watch it. but-
why are you here listening to us?
Oopsie.
Oh, you're gonna review this thing. It's gonna be bad. It's a good review. Nah.
Well, it's like the people that write fanfics about stuff that they don't like.
You always spoof what you love, man. You always spoof what you love.
Yeah.
Because you can definitely feel a lot of the hard energy coming out of it. If it's something that you despise and you satire, it's not a parody out of love, plain and simple.
No. And most of the time, it's just kind of generic.
Pretty much.
But
Now, as I was saying, there are a couple of things I would like to knock it down just a little bit. They're nitpicks, whatever. So it's set in 1976. There's a gag where he puts a stink bomb in a theater for a bunch of people watching Jaws, because Universal owns Jaws. Hey! Jaws came out in 1974. I won't harp on that too much because it got reissued a couple of times in the 1970s. If that's the case, fine. But it feels weird how later they have a like little tiny post-credit montage thing during the credits, and you see a theater playing Rocky. like kind of interesting if they actually did play Rocky, but it's like, they probably gonna get the rights to it or something like that.
Yeah.
Because of the audio clips and stuff. That's just me being me. You have your usual, like, fart jokes and toilet humor. It wasn't too degrading, but...
a lot of bums.
A lot of butt shots.
Especially that up close of Gru's underwear. It's like, I did not need to see that. It's like, okay, I need to wash my eyes out with soap when I get home later.
I stop at Tiny Whitey's. That's as far as I go.
Yeah.
The Simpsons, I can at least give a little tiny pass because they know how to work that in. But here, if it's just a pointless boom, it's...
I mean, there were some scenes where it did work.
It did.
Like in the airplane and...
Oh, yeah, when the steward
classical music
is in the toilet and stuff.
And he lands the plane's like, yay! No yay!
No, yay! And he has, like, the toilet water in his little goggle. It looks like a toilet paper mummy.
That was a fun movie.
I know. If they had it on like a couple extra 10 minutes, I would have been still okay with it, but it flies by fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a simple story. Guru wants to get into this league of villains. He steals this medallion that they discovered, and that turns into a setup for the climax, which is a fun climax at best. It just goes by really, really quick.
Yeah.
Him and his stuff with the minions, I wish there was like maybe a little more of that, but where it leads to is fine. This is just a fun set.
Yeah.
This is definitely a fun set. Do you have anything else to add out of curiosity?
Not really.
No.
You summed it up pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
So there's only 2 trailers, Puss in Boots and then E.T.
For IMAX only.
I wish it was like everywhere though, because that would have been nice if they could have just released it everywhere. Because that I would definitely see. I don't know if I want to see
They used to do that.
But...
They used to do that. IMAX isn't too bad. It's just one giant big screen.
Yeah. We saw Rocky for IMAX, right?
No. Rocky 4 was at the Showcase Cinemas theater because they were doing the Fathom Events thing.
Yeah. I was a little claustrophobic there.
Oh, you did okay. You did okay. You're fine. It's alright.
Yeah. But yeah, it would be nice if they would do E.T. like everywhere, but you know, we have it on DVD and it looks like at least they're showing the original version and not the
special edition.
We're gonna replace the guns with walkie-talkies.
Yeah, Spielberg decided to stop circulating that version because of how many complaints he got about that.
Yeah, because it's like, it's a product of its time. I mean, yeah. I didn't mind the stuff they added, like with E.T., but it was, some of the CG was a little off.
The deleted scenes were kind of interesting to see.
Yeah.
They were just meant to be there.
Yeah, but I can see why they cut those scenes out.
Yeah, probably for pacing.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it's one thing I'm glad we didn't get in our theater. I was telling you about this earlier. We were walking in. The gentle minions. How is that a thing? How? Why? Why? Like, I appreciate you enjoying a movie. Good for you. But you don't throw bananas at the screen, honey.
No, I don't think the theater appreciates that.
Like, okay, so like,
We're gonna replace the screen again, banana hole in the screen!
there's a lot of shots as we can see being memed, but I just gotta get this off my chest. So, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the chats, there's a TikTok meme going around where people would dress in suits and tuxes just to go see Minions 2. And the reasoning, from what I heard, I could be wrong, is they want to treat it like a big event film. Because in the 60s and the 70s, people would do that. There would be like the roadshow movies, and they would dress up in like fancy attire and stuff like that. Okay, that's where I can understand treating a family flick as a big event. I see the comedy there, but then some of them either get too much into it, or they just go banana crazy with this, like shouting at the screen and throwing stuff at the screen. You save that for Rocky Horror, honey.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, that's, you know.
I mean, they're even going as far as, like, really watching people going in now because of this. There's like theaters in the UK where they have to ban people left and right because of this. It's like, wow.
It's like, yeah, don't ruin it for people. Don't ruin it for us by being assholes. If you want to have fun, that's fine. But when you start being destructive, that's when it's like...
That's where we gotta stop. That's gotta stop.
It's like, you gotta not do that. That's not cool. You ruin it for everyone by doing that, so don't.
You can throw toilet paper at the screen during Rocky Horror, but don't bring any prunes or hot dogs. Thank you.
Prunes and hot dogs.
Dana Andrews said prunes, and they would chuck prunes.
Oh, okay.
And then during the confrontation near the beginning.
Oh, yeah, you're a hot dog.
You're a hot dog. Boom. Why can't they throw plastic hot dogs?
Yeah, well, that might... They'll poke your eye out, kid. No!
There was another one I was surprised that we can't do anymore, and it's rice. I did not know about that when we went to go to see one last year. Like, oh, please don't bring any rice because of the rats. Like, oh, that's a new one? I guess confetti's okay. I hope we get another Rocky Horror showing this year. That was fun to do.
Yeah, it was.
Because you were there. So that's all we got. Another good summer movie to chalk off our bucket list.
Yeah, next time it'll either be Elvis or it'll be Thor, so we shall see. But see you next time.
Showtime, depending. Later, Gators. And we dine at Brenda's.
Awesome sauce.
Potato. There was one tiny thing I forgot to bring up. Sorry, it's just I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Because I mentioned briefly this in the episode, in the review, but throughout the movie there's like little hints and mentions of certain events that would later happen in the movies that they give like little brief mention to here.
Yeah.
Some of them kind of worked, like the stuff with the Dr. Nefario.
Yeah.
Which was kind of interesting, especially little gadgets that he gives him, like the little sticky handgun thing.
Yeah.
But then he had like little things like them going to the bank of villains and meeting the father of the Vector character you see in movie number 1 and little tiny stuff like that. It wasn't too annoying, but at the same time it was kind of like you could have just saved that either for another movie, or if you just like cut those things out, it wouldn't have mattered too much.
Yeah.
Like there were nice Easter eggs, but they felt really, really weird. Like, oh, we gotta show the setup for the anti-villain league that you see in the second movie and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't too annoying to the point where it felt like degrading, but it just felt like way too obligated. Like, let's put this in here, put that in there. Like, what'd you think about that?
Well, considering I never saw the first movie, it kind of went over my head, those little Easter eggs, so...
That's what I thought. I was wondering if you noticed any of that.
And it's been years since I've seen the second movie. I mean, I don't think I would have minded it if I had seen those movies, because, you know, it does add to the lore.
Exactly.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, but just for me, it's like, oh, why are they referencing that? That feels kind of strange. Still, though, kicking soundtrack.
Indeed. This is how I'm representing myself.
Oh my god, it's Sokka! What are you doing here?
Oh no, Morgan, I got turned into a hand! Ah!
It's alright, we'll go to a CVS and find some Tylenol to fix this up.
I don't think Tylenol will turn me into a human, Morgan.
I didn't say it was the ingredient turn you back into human. It's one of many ingredients. Yeah. I'm trying to be careful so I don't run into this water for pool's truck.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be good. Well, hey, maybe the pool water will turn me back into a person.
Hey, it worked in Rama 1.5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, didn't it like turn you into like? It would turn you into a girl.
Yes.
So I would turn into a guy.
Yeah, it's like
a panda.
I'm trying to remember. It's either. Now I wish we did a vlog on Turning Red. That's a good one.
We should.
Oh,
we really should, because that was really good. You guys would like that.
So, out of curiosity, what family movie this year do you think holds up the most so far? I know it's a bit of a stretch because we're in like the midsection, but just for the halibut.
I really enjoyed Turning Red. That was really good.
Yeah, I can't argue. Turning Red is probably the one that's held up me the most in terms of family movies.
Yeah, I wasn't that impressed with Encanto, to be honest. Amanda and I watched that.
I've not seen Encanto. That's one that's been on the back burner for a long time.
Yeah.
It's like with Frozen. I saw it being huge in success. I'm like, no, I'll wait.
Well, I liked the first Frozen better than the second Frozen.
True.
But I would say that I liked Frozen 2 better than Encanto. People are like, what? What do you mean by that?
A bear in his natural habitat. An Impala LS. Alright, that's it for On the Road Vlogs.
Bye! I'll be a human next time!